everybody, welcome back to my channel, Beagles, Games, and Guitars. Today I'm playing Uwe Rosenberg's A Feast for Odin with the Norwegians expansion. In A Feast for Odin, you are Vikings going out doing various tasks and bringing home various items and placing them in your storage boards or on various islands that you have conquered throughout the game. The game is played in 6 or 7 rounds, depending on if you want the short or the long game. Today, I'm doing the long game. It's the only version that I've played. I kind of feel like I would do a terrible job if I did the short game, so I want to give myself a little bit of an extra chance by having one more round. I'll be alternating between the blue and the yellow, because in the solo version of the game, you will block yourself by deploying one color, and you don't retrieve them for your next round. You play an additional color, so you have to choose wisely. You can't do the same thing every round or other round. Included in the Norwegians expansion is a new board, which will have player counts according to how many players you're playing. It has kind of a new layout, which makes things a little bit tighter. The old game without the expansion had a lot of action spaces. It also includes small immigrations, so you can turn your small whaling ships into immigrations, so it doesn't cost quite as much to feed your Vikings. There's also different islands, I believe. I might have picked the base games, but they gave new islands that match the iconography with the immigration and occupation and sailing actions down here. There's also a big and a small crafting area. So there's a less than 9 area and there's a greater than 9 area. Also, each player will randomly get drawn like a hut that you can potentially build, and I randomly chose the Hermit's Hut. The Norwegians expansion also includes 2 new livestock. We have pigs, which will flip over and turn into garland. It's one of the few tiles where there's not a pregnant side for the animal. So pigs, unlike the other animals, do not become pregnant every other round. They just automatically breed. And the next animal is the horse. So the horse will breed just like the sheep and the cattle. And pigs and horses will also be stored inside your stables here. There's not a certain area for them to go into. They just kind of mimic the sheep or the cattle, and there's no limit to the number that you can have in there. Norwegian's expansion also comes with a fat or a longer mountain strip, so I guess there's more coins on there than the other ones. I don't feel like that really changes much gameplay. Another cool thing that it adds are these tokens here. So instead of playing a card, let's say for instance that you had a really bad card, really bad draw. I guess a lot of people didn't like the random luck factor of these occupation cards. You can, in turn, choose to play it and discard it and take the topmost token on here for a point value. So it's basically a way of getting points. Another addition to the Norwegians expansion is the 5th action row right here, which allows you to take it with either 1 or 2 workers. If you take it with 1 worker, you just take the action. If you take it with 2 workers, you take the action in addition to playing an occupation card. The catch is, this has to be your last action that you take. You cannot take any more actions after you take this 5th row here. So they're pretty powerful, but they're basically a 1-round action. So I think that's basically it that is new with the Norwegians expansion. Basically, the moment I included it into my game, I do not want to take it back. This is one of the few expansions that I would actually recommend playing with every single time. The other one that I would recommend would be the Tuscany expansion for viticulture, which one day I might play a solo, but not right now. So I tried my best to fit everything on the board here. There is a lot that goes in these boxes, and I actually have some in a separate box in my storage unit of the things the Norwegian expansion replaced. Like it replaced these boards, and it gave all new of these boards. It also gave an additional resource holder, which, yay, more stuff that I have to store. This game has a lot, so I am showing a time-lapse video of how long this took to set up. It probably took a good 20 minutes for that time-lapse video to complete. So just a basic overview of how this game works. You will be sending off workers, either 1, 2, 3, or 4, depending on which row you're in, and you are just completing that action. Once you run out of Vikings, you will come back, and then you will do an income phase, a breeding phase, and a feeding phase, and then you'll receive additional rewards, and then you do a little bit of upkeeping between each round, and then you will start a new round by gaining another worker, which in the solo player you'll just gain the other colors, and then you will harvest, because thankfully in this game the Vikings are competent at harvesting, so you get food almost every round, not every round. Let's get started playing a solo round here. My first occupation card is the Proficient Hunter, which instead of getting only 3 rolls, you can get up to 4 rolls. So I might actually go for this card. It gives me more possibilities or more chances of getting a lower roll or a higher roll. And then, as I said before, I have the Hermit's Hut. I don't have it yet. I have to take the action out there to build it, so I need the wood for it first. Let me follow this round chart here. So I get a new Viking. I get 1 there. I harvest. I already have it laid out. We get level 1 vegetables indicated right here. Flip exploration boards. We don't flip until the 3rd round, so they stay. Draw a new weapon, which will be a spear. And now I get to take my actions. Do 2 workers here to take 3 things from 1 mountain strip and 2 weapons. So let me do my 2 weapons. Snares. And then I'll take that 3 wood there. I will use that wood to build a whaling ship. So this goes on your home board. There's already an ore printed on the tile, so it always comes with 1 ore, which helps out for whaling. I will do 1 wood to build a hut. So I will build the Hermit's Hut. It's potentially worth 7 points at the end of the game, but right now it's negative 7 points, so better get some stuff in there. And I will do an elk hunt here. I'm going to place my last 2 workers, which lets me play a card. So I'm not 100% sure if I get to play this and then do it. I'm going to go ahead and play it, which gives me chances of rolling 4 times for what I want. I'm going to roll in the middle of the board right here just for starts. I can roll at least a 5, 6, and be successful with elk hunting. 4's okay. 7's not. Okay, I gotta stick with a 4. So I'm gonna get rid of all those. That's a 4. Successful gives me a weapon, so I get a bow back, and then I get some antlers, which I wouldn't mind placing in here. I'll think about placing it later, because right now I don't get any bonus, and I don't want to commit to that shape just yet. Determine the start player that skipped in a solo. Income. I get no income, because I don't have anything covered. Animal breeding. I do not breed, because I don't have any animals to breed. Now we feast my Odins. Now when you do the feast section, orange and red can touch, but 2 of the same color cannot touch each other. And if you use the same orange or red item, you have to flip it to its least desirable length. Because I guess Vikings like variety. So I have successfully fed. So these just kind of go back into the pool. My mead was consumed. And now bonuses. I don't have anything surrounded to get a bonus. Update the mountain strips. So you take away 1 from the top. And for the first round, you don't do phase 12. You just leave the other Vikings out there. So now we go all the way back to phase 1. You get 2 Vikings. Those move up there. We harvest 1 to 2 levels now. So those will come out. Kind of get the same stuff. The extra little thing I get, it looks like wheat or flax. Flip island boards, none to flip in round 2. Draw a weapon. I have another spear. Action time. What do I want to do? Let me think. I wouldn't mind taking 2 things from the mountain. So I will take a stone and an ore. What if I took 1 thing from the mountain? And then I get to flip something. So that little icon with the arrow up, flip. So now I have like a slab of preserved meat there. Kind of feel like going whaling since I have this extra dice roll. With as many ships as I have, I'm going to go ahead and put this ore on there. So now I have 2 taken away from whatever I roll just right off the bat. So I need spears and wood, and I roll the blue dice. I'm trying to get the lowest number. I also get to draw a brown card. Dragon Slayer. So I could discard 2 snares and 2 spears for a big treasure chest. Don't get any points for it. So we'll think about that card later. Let me roll in the center of my board here. Ooh, 8 is not good. 10 is really not good. Thankfully, I have 4 rolls. 4 is okay. I have 2 spears and 2 wood. I'll declare that success. Oh, I get to take away 2 from that. So I kind of want to get rid of my spears. Keep my wood. Let's see, what am I successful at getting here? A tiny little barrel. So get a tiny barrel. I get this nice little rack of ribs. A big slab of bones. All right. I have 2 Vikings left here and do 3 different tile flips. So I don't know if this is on camera, but I'm flipping my bones to the blue. Flip that one. This big red one I want to turn into a green cloak. So now that I'm successful whaling, I did my flip. So now we go to start player. Yay, income. So before we do income, let me put this blue tile. Before you can cover a money number, you have to have the left and lower spaces all covered. So that is covering that one. And I'm going to cover this like that. Now the left and the lowest spaces are covered. And I kind of don't want to cover up that stone because I might use it. Put the barrel in the bee hut there. Let me just put this big coat out there just to get rid of 9 points. We'll see if that bites me in the butt later. So income. I'm actually getting 2. So let me get this little bundle of 2. Viking finally is getting some gold. No animals to breed. Let's feast. So I've successfully fed my Odins. That's my little term for this. Bonus. I do get a bonus now. I get a mead. And I think that's all I get so far. Update the mountain strips. Now I will return the Vikings. I'll return the blue. The blue group. Blue. Uh-oh. I'm blue too. Add Vikings. Harvest. Boom. No harvest in the third round. Flipping. So when we flip the islands, every island you don't flip, you add 2 gold on top of it. They kind of incentivize getting it. So now we have Limerick. I'm not much of an island explorer. I feel like I have such a hard time covering up my home board that I don't pay attention to the islands. Okay. Draw a new weapon. I need to do some bow hunting. And then action time. Let me just go to this weekly market and kind of get a little bit of everything. It might not be worth it. I'm going to turn a stone into a gold and a rune. So I have a stone here. The runes are over here. And 1 measly gold. I have a lot of bows, so I'm going to go to hunting game. 3. Am I being greedy? I get it. So I get kind of this longer squirrel pelt and a slab of meat. Slab of meat. I think I have enough food covered. I'm just trying to think about what I want to do. I'm going to take 3 things from the mountain and 2 weapons. 3 things from the mountain. Okay. And I kind of want to do 1 ore. No, not that one. Get a gold. I think that's a laurel. And then some mead. But before I do that, I will pay a wood to get a whaling ship. Because that one has to be my last action, sorry. So now I did that. I'm actually playing a card. And I'm actually just going to forfeit this one for just points. So I take the topmost one. Determine start player, income. I'm just thinking about where to put these. Thankfully in the Hermit's Hut, green can touch. It's not really helping me, but it's getting rid of negative points doing that. No animals feasting. On a feast like that. Bonuses, I do get a mead. Update mountain strips. Okay, remove placed Vikings. So now it's the yellow group coming back. Oh, it's a beagle. It's a beagle. Get Vikings. Harvesting. We're actually harvesting 1 through 3 this time. What's my level 3 again? The level 3 looks like cabbage. Flipping. So we're updating the exploration tiles. So this one gets 1. When they flip, they lose it. a weapon. Now time to take actions. I should have gotten an income of 2, shouldn't I? If I did that twice, I'm sorry. Just thinking about what to do when there's like 50 spaces. There's so much to think about. Kind of want to do 2 wood, I believe, for our longship. That'll just go in my little harbor. I get a card. So look at that. I can turn a whaling ship and 2 gold into... I just built one. Let's be a little risque. Play 4 Vikings here, which lets me flip a whaling ship into an immigration. Small immigration. And then I can pay whatever round we're in, I believe, round 4, to actually flip a ship as well, but I won't do that. I'm going to take the action of playing a card, which I can turn a whaling ship into 2 gold. So if I remember right, yellows are anytime action, and this is 64A. You can immediately, and only once. Unfortunately, I lose the ore, but then I get another long ship. So that's been paid for. 2 Vikings left here. I'm going to try and go pillaging. So just with 1 ship here. So swords and stone. I can add that to the dice, sorry. 11. I'm going to take an 11. 12, 13, 14, 15. Could almost taken the crown. I'm going to obviously take this one, because it's the biggest one I can get before. Yeah. 12, 13, 14, 15. That's a bummer. Well, I'm going to do that, and I'm going to find a spot to place it. I'm going to place it there and just put a gold next to it to kind of hide it like that. So now, income, just getting 2. Starting off slow here, sorry. Animal breeding, none. I'm feasting. Ah. I have feasted in my Odins. Bonuses. So far I'm still only getting the mead. Update the mountain strips, and then workers. Gotta retrieve the other ones. And now in round 5, I believe this is, we do not harvest. We do flip Iceland over here. Add some gold to the top of those. Get a weapon. Should have paid these. I'm paying them now. And now action time. Let me try this. 2 gold and a bucket of beans to get either 2 sheep or a pig. I'll take 2 sheep. Ah. And then I get a card. Succeed laying a snare, get to take 1 thing from the mountain. And then I could go to this level 4. 3 gold. Oh, I don't have that long boy. Darn it. I need to get a long boy. What if I did that? 3 gold. Running out of gold, though. Well, give me a long boy. And any one type of animal. Which, obviously, I'll do the horse. I could go here. Get $2. One of these little bushels. Some mead. And then I get a long boy from a horse. Could flip any 3 items. 1, 2. I'm going to flip this mead. Mead's flipping this. 1 lonely worker left. What do I want to do with my 1 lonely worker? I'm actually going to take 1 thing from the mountain and flip a tile, which I'll flip this to the blue side there. Okay. Income. So now I get 3 income. I keep mixing up my singles and doubles gold here. Animal breeding. So a sheepy becomes pregnant. Feasting. I have my feast already laid out here. You hear the beagle? There's a beagle here. Bonus. Still only getting the mead as a bonus. She's over here making a bed on the couch. Update the mountain strips.
Hi, pretty boys. Hi, pretty boys. Hi, hi, hi. What you doing, guys? What you doing? Sweet big old boys.
Okay, return Vikings. We're going to do the yellow Vikings this time. Add new Vikings. Harvesting 1 through 4. So I guess the 4 is a big old bowl of fruit. So a lot of veggies there. Turn the boards. Yep. And then flip for a weapon. I'm kind of nervous here. Actions. I need to go to the mountain. That'd be a pretty big move. Let's get 4 things from the mountain. So that'll give me 2 ore and 2 gold. And then I get to do two double flips, huh? Okay. So 1, 2, and 1, 2, in addition to playing a card. And I kind of want to just forfeit this one for points. At least there's 8 points. It'll kind of mitigate that. See if I have enough food here. I think I can do that. I'll just leave that there so I don't mess with those. I need to go to the mountain again. So 2 things from the mountain. We'll kind of whittle away at that one. This says 2 wood, a stone, and an ore. So I have those resources to gain, first of all, a card. To gain whatever the heck that is, a rune, a chest, and a gold. So I get a chest, a rune. What is this? Looks like farming equipment. And my card is I can immediately turn a long bushel and 2 gold into a cattle. You hear the beagle making noise? I'm just kind of wasting my gold here. It's okay, I'll get some of it back. Could turn a wood or an ore into showing one of these treasure chests and a gold. Not too worried about this laurel. Okay, one more Viking. One more. Not really feeling these one-person actions. I don't know if I did the breeding last time. It's okay. Not like I'm going to get a very good score anyway. I could try elk hunting. Let's try elk hunting. So I at least have 2. So if I roll a 2... Oh, man. Okay, I rolled a 2. So I get a weapon, which I get my bow back, and then I get the bigger antlers. There they are. Way out there. Green can touch in this one. Completely surrounded. Get 1 more gold because I converted that 2 to 2 singles. Okay. Income 4. Okay. I'm actually going to get a 4 block here. Animal breeding. So, pops out a baby. I don't think I did that earlier, but I'm not that worried about it. Feasting, I have feasted. Bonuses. I get some bonuses now. I get a laurel. I get a mead. I get a wood, a ore, and a stone. Update mountain strips, do the Viking stuff, and then start over. Harvest, no harvest in the last round. No map flipping. I do get a weapon. Action time. Last round. Round 7. Where is it? Yeah. 3 things from the mountain and 2 weapons. Let me go pillaging. Wow, I rolled a 12. Wow. 13, 14, 15, 16. So I can get the English crown. Just going to put it up there to get rid of a lot of dead space. Negative points. I could go plundering with 2 ships. I get to play a card, so I get this big boy right here. We'll just kind of stamp him in the middle. Put that gold there so I can cover the most left to let me legally cover it. I also get to play a card, which I can turn. Yeah. Let's just turn it into points. So you have 3 points for this or 3 points for a cow, and I lose a potential long bushel. So I'll just take the points. Could turn a stone into a gold and a rune. I need some meat. Although I do kind of want to turn this, I guess that's flax, into the long green boy. So I'll put that here. I feel like once you sneeze, you ruin this board. So I could try to hunt some game. Two bow and arrows will give me that long green pelt and a big slab of meat. Then I could get that. Could turn 1 ore into a less than 9 item. And I see there's a really long boy. Convert this to 2 ones. So now you don't do income. You do animal breeding. So 1 just turns pregnant and we feast. And manage the feast. So the game ends after this. So now let me get my score sheet and start writing some scores down. Ships, 16 points. Exploration boards, 0, because I did not explore. Sheds and houses, 7 minus 1, 6. Sheep and cattle, pigs and horses. I have 2, 4, 10, 13. Occupations, 2, 6, 10, 13. Silver, 7. Final income is a whopping 9. The English crown, I can finally say I got it, 2 points. Positive subtotal. Oh boy, are you ready? I only got 73 as my positive subtotal. So now let's rip it apart. So my home board, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Exploration boards, thankfully none. Sheds and houses, I already incorporated the -1 to the 7. The thing penalty, I had 0. So 73 minus 12 is 61. They say 100 is a good score, very good score, and that it's harder to achieve in solo than it is in a multiplayer game. That is how you attempt to play A Feast for Odin. I do like this game a lot. I like it solo. The only thing that sucks with solo is that you can see how massive this game is, and it takes forever to set up. Very fun game. I did the solo on Caverna the other week, and these games feel really similar. Like Caverna is definitely the precursor, so because you can kind of see they are doing the, what are they called, explorations or adventures in Caverna, whereas like this whole thing is basically an adventure. Instead of like farming, the farming's out here on the actions where you're just kind of doing things Viking like, I guess, catching a fish, laying a snare, or slaughtering animals. It sounds kind of cool. It's a nice little theme tied in where you're raiding, you're plundering, you're pillaging, and the Norwegians you can steal. You can explore the different islands. It's fun. It's just a lot to set up for a solo player. I played with 2 players. That's the most I've played with, and it's fun. I don't know how it's going to go with 4 players, because if this is 1 player, you got to have 3 more of these sitting out here around you. And this is a 3 by 6 foot table with all the components laid out except for those 3 other boards. And it'd be kind of a squeeze, and everyone would have to be leaning over and trying to read the board. But besides that, it's super fun. Anyways, that's how you play A Feast for Odin. Like and subscribe and watch my other Uwe Rosenberg games. Hope you enjoyed.